Hello Capricorn, and thank you for joining me for the November of 2022 Taroscope with Animal Totem. My name is vickieverlie, and you can find me at vickieverlie.com. Do not be fooled by imposters or rock and roll prophetess on YouTube is what you should be watching. Alright, so here's what we're going to use, the decks for this month's reading. We're going to use the Chrysalis Tarot for the first Celtic Cross part of the reading. Then we're going to come in with my Rock and Roll Tarot deck, the 3rd edition, the small deck, over it. Then we're going to use the Beast, Mistress, Animal, Oracle cards. Find your Animal Totem for the month. If you're level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be some additional cards pulled, and the deck we're using for that is going to be the mini, the tin-sized Morgan Greer. If you want to find out about that stuff, you can look below. And if you're interested in any of the decks, there'll be links in the description to all the decks that I'm using today. I do want to talk, because there is this full moon eclipse. There's a couple things going on, so I do want to talk about it a little bit before we get into the card reading. So we're going to have this lunar eclipse. It's going to be in Taurus, but also Jupiter is going to be moving back into Pisces. It's actually happening, I believe, October 29th. It'll be in Pisces again until mid-December, and then you're not going to see it again for 12 more years. So it's, you know, it's impactful. It's that last blast of the Jupiter and Pisces energy coming back through. So for you, now this specifically part of the reading is kind of more geared to the, your rising sign. So you might want to, on all the videos this month, you definitely want to check out your rising sign if you know it. Okay, so the Jupiter is going to be going, if you're rising here, the Jupiter's going to be going, the eclipse, excuse me, is going to be in your 5th house. And that's going to be on November 8th. So the 5th house is love, romance, speculation, gambling. It's love affairs, it's children. So something like that could be eclipsed out of your life, but don't get freaked out about it. These full moon eclipses are really the ones where that saying comes about from. It something's going to be eclipsed out of your life, because it's a full moon, it's come to fruition, and then it's a powerful time to use that energy to eclipse something out of your life. That's what I was trying to get to, is that it doesn't have to be a bad thing, it doesn't have to be a violent thing, or something to be feared. You can revel in it. You can use the energy to eclipse something out of your life. And it could be residual energy even left over from some of these things. Maybe it's some old relationship from who knows when, but you're still carrying that residual energy. It could be, eclipsed out. It doesn't necessarily have to be things that are happening right at this moment. Especially because as Jupiter goes back into Pisces, that is the Pisces energy, the Neptune Pisces energy is of the past. It's of, it's in our subconscious mind. And in your case, it's in your 3rd house of your actual mental mind. But it's news, travel. You could get some kind of a news. You could get some kind of news about things in your neighborhood, something having to do maybe with your siblings with the 3rd house. But Jupiter brings luck, benefit, and good stuff, okay? Now, Jupiter was in Pisces back the first 6 months or so. I have to look that up. I keep forgetting to look it up in between videos. But about the first 6 months or so, Jupiter was in Pisces of 2022. And then it jumped into Aries. So it's moving back. So it may have something to do with something that you initiated, or that was going on, or being emphasized, because that's another thing that Jupiter does, is emphasize. Around that time of the first 6 months of the year. Both are in harmonious. This is a trine, because your Earth sign. The eclipse is trining your sign, and the Jupiter in Pisces is sextiling. So those are nice vibes. That it could very well be something positive. It's always about how you use the energy. It could come. There's a positive and negative expression, and all points in between. That's what the guys just came from. What is that? All points in between. Ow. Some blues song. And all points in between. I can't think of what it is. It's like a blues singer, I think. Anyways, and all points in between. That'll happen. If you've never tuned into my channel, that happens a lot. I call me, I'm the rock and roll prophetess, I'm a musician and stuff, but I definitely, my guides talk to me in that language. Music lyrics is a very common thing, and often it does really have, meaning in the reading. Okay, so what's going on for our Capricorn Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who's got a lot of Capricorn in their chart? This again is that Chrysalis tarot. We're going to use for the Celtic Cross. We've got the Healer, or the Page of Mirrors, or the Page of Cups. That's going to be that Jupiter in Pisces right there, because it's in your 5th house of children and the water energy, Pisces. Page of Scrolls. Now the scrolls are the swords, Page of Swords crossing. The Muse, the Queen of Spirals. Got nothing but people so far. Queen of Rods for that one. Another one, the Knight of Mirrors, with the Dreamer, water sign energy. Knight of Cups. The Raven or the Magician is crowning you. Well, we already see where this, I see where this reading's going. 2 of Stones, money, trying to make that leap, trying to make that decision. Gaia, the Empress. 4 of Stones or 4 of Pentacles. The Temperance card. I get this card a lot in my personal readings, and then there. And then 6 of Stones, getting the money. Well, I see where this initial thing, I'm saying, what's with the people? You know, we got all, and by the way, there's no gender in these readings. So these people, even though she's a queen, you know, it could be anybody. But you're looking at water energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, 2 times, the Page and the Knight. Then you're looking at Scrolls, which is the Swords, air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And then you're looking at the fire energy of the Spirals, of the, you know, Leo, Aries, Sag. I stopped for a second because I saw that deer on here. Some of you guys are going to, somebody's getting a message from the deer. When you see a deer cross your path or whatever, you know, note that. What, is there a sign on the road? Is there could be some kind of a message coming through from a deer that you just see out in nature, or it could even be a social media or a movie or, you know, whatever. But definitely a deer message I'm getting. You know, but back to this, who's missing? We've got the water energy, we've got the fire energy, we've got the air. Who's missing? You, the earth. You are the missing component. I think a lot of people, because that stuff is going in your 3rd house, Jupiter's going to be a lot of people talking, and, you know, I'm hearing everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind. But everybody's talking at you, and there is a financial, looks like there's a financial decision coming down the pike here. And you're maybe a little reluctant, you're not sure if you want to take that leap. Is it safe? Is this the time to do it? It all boils down to you being the magician here, though. At the end of the day, everybody's talking at you, saying all this stuff, and here's you, the magician. You got to go by your own gut instinct. You've got to follow your own true north. You know, you've got to, the magician forges his own path. The magician sets his trail and, you know, goes down it. You've got, as far as these financial things, though, I love that the Empress is right in there, Gaia. And especially, I want to say, for some people out there, this is going to be, if there's some kind of thing that you're getting involved with that is like having to do with nature, or even the parks, or, you know, conservative nature, or, you know, natural nature ingredients or something like that, I feel like that's a definite saying yes, you know, and even with the deer on here and everything. You know, the Temperance, you're working with the universe. You're working with the universe. Don't worry. You're not necessarily working with these people, or you don't have to be. I mean, you don't have to be a jerk. You know, you can listen to, yeah, thank you for telling me that. But ultimately, it's going to be between you and nature, you and the universe, you as the sole practitioner here on the earth plane, and you and your earth energy, you know. And are you gonna get some money out of it? Final outcome, 6 of Stones is a yes. That's 6 of Pentacles. Getting that reward, getting that financial. I'm hearing the word endowment. I heard endowment, and I also heard reimbursement. So that may apply to some people out there. All right. Well, let's get shuffling on our next deck, the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. Which you can find. This is my deck. And what we're going to do here, so you are Earth energy, you are the Earth sign. I always think of Bear as Earth energy too, definitely. But you're the Earth energy, so we're going to look for you in the spread now. This is the next part. We're going to go flipping out cards everywhere until we find you. And you is going to be either the Knight, the King, or the Queen, the adult Earth sign of Pentacle people. And then when you show out in the spread, we're going to look at the cards that surround you for some additional information for our Capricorns for November 2022. Three of Pentacles, the Moon, Nine of Rods, King of Swords, Lovers, Page of Pentacles, Soulmate, Ten of Pentacles, 10, couple tens, ending its cycle. Okay, we're looking for, there you are, you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. So no gender applies to this, doesn't matter. This is going to be you no matter what. This is first one out, that's you. Okay, well, I mean, I usually just read the cards right in the row above and right in the row below, but some of this stuff here, I think that there is a real big, it's tying into that. There's 10, two tens. Maybe you have 210. You're at the end of the road of a situation. Well, here's another thing. The Capricorn, I bring this up a lot, but it's true. Pluto, it's been in our sign since '08. It's getting ready in March of next year. It's going to move out and into Aquarius, and I did make a whole video just on that. Sorry for the audio issues. I don't know why. I just can't fix it. Well, I probably could, but it's going to be hours and hours of work, and or record it over again, and I'm not doing either of those things. Sorry. But anyways, with the Jupiter backing up, because Pluto's in the high degrees, Pluto's 28 or something, and 26, 28 degrees. So when Jupiter backs up and goes into 29, 28 Pisces, which is going to be happening here in November, it's going to start aspecting that Pluto again, making that Pluto, and the Pluto's in Capricorn, so we're all going to feel it. Oh, Capricorns, we're going to feel that. So this is the ending of a huge cycle, and it's confirmed, you know, with the 10 say it's the end of the cycle, but it's confirmed by this judgment card. This is the end of a big karmic cycle. You know, we're done doing whatever this was. And Capricorns, you know, we do get sucked into that. We get sucked into these hard work, you know, because we're so hard. Virgos and Capricorns, you know, we're so hard working and we're so responsible, and we get roped into carrying the weight for everybody. I mean, that happens. It definitely has happened to me more times than should have. So you know, and that magician in the first thing too. It's like, you know, we're claiming our power. I'm going to write that. Claiming your power. Claiming your power and charting your course. Claiming power. I might write charting your course. See if I can fit it in. Charting your course. I can't read it. A lot of times I jot these things down so I don't forget them, and then I can't, when I go to do the videos, it's like, I can't even read my own writing because it's so sloppy. Scribble down so fast there. What I'm hearing is you're going to have to face the facts. As we're looking at this Three of Swords, you're going to have to face the facts that it might be a hurtful situation, but you're going to have to face the facts, and it's time to move on. You know, you're moving on. This is moving on and everything. Some of you may be even moving out of state or moving to a different place over here, because we've got a lot of these we've got the travel card up here, the house, and then the travel card, and the Chariot too. So when you get all these travel cards, Jupiter is travel too, and it's going in your third house. Usually that's not out of state. Usually that's right around your own area. You're staying in your same area. But communication, travel, looks like some nice money things. Because when you get this this card means different things to me all the time when he's looking at the pile of money. But when he shows up a couple cards away from this Nine of Pentacles, and she's got the pile of money, and there's 3 piles of money here. That came through real big, Capricorn. There's 3 piles of money. That's going to mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. Maybe something came to an end and you're ending a business, because there's a 3 right here next to you, and I'm seeing the 3 piles of money. You're ending something, and then you're dividing up the assets, you know, 3 piles. Or maybe you have 3 kids and you're going to give each kid a pile of money or something like that, you know, or maybe there's 3 piles of money that you're going to be investing, you know, maybe you're going to, because this is the card, Magician is the card of having your own business, and so is Nine of Pentacles. And sometimes the Empress too I'll use, because she's self-sufficient too, you know, she's in her own space and her own terms and everything. But I do see the financial things picking up. I think you got to step back from this and give it some air, some perspective. whatever this thing is that's you've been, you know, trying to, it feels like a problem you've been trying to solve for a long time. You got to let it breathe. Give it some air. That's what I'm getting. Give it some air. That's an interesting thing to say. Now, we're not having any air. Well, it could be like you. Get out and, you know, clear your head. Get out in the air. If you don't spend time outside, get out there. But also, we might be talking about air sign energy. Now, that's going to be the next air sign coming up is not even going to be till Aquarius time into next year in February. So we might be looking at something like that, because I kind of felt like to give it some air was like a message or a clue of some sort coming through the guides. Yeah, and by the way, let that happen too. If you see things in here, you see words stand out to you, grabs your attention, or, you know, any of that stuff, that's how you can really start honing in, developing your own intuition, but also get personal messages out of this thing here. Well, I'm shuffling the Animal Totem cards. Real quick reminder, 2023 year ahead readings. Always the most popular reading of the year, thanks to everybody who has been ordering it, and can continue to order it until the end of the year, and then it won't be available for another whole year. So get on it now if you're interested. Looks at this astrology stuff, and then we do tarot reading for the 4 quarters of the year, and pull an animal totem like I'm about to do for you right now. Alright, so let's see here. This is for, I don't know why I usually don't cut these cards, but I something I just wanted to cut it. The spider. Spider's Wheel of Fortune. Spider is weaving a web. When I looked over here, when I put that card down, this card grabbed me. And it was almost like these were spiders. You know how they descend down on their webs? It almost reminded me of them. Maybe there's some spiders coming out of the tree. I don't know. But it is a fated thing. And it also goes back to 3rd house, Mercury. Because it's the alphabet, the runic alphabet, the writing, the communicating. Spiders definitely connected into that stuff too. Weaver of fate, creator of life, patient builder of sacred geometry, transcending time and space, all are joined in the wheel of life. Yeah, so we're all on this never-ending wheel of astrology, of karma. You get the wheel of karma showing up over here. And all are joined. You know, we're working with karmic people. We're working with, especially you, with that eclipse coming through your 5th house. That could definitely bring in karmic relationships, or from the past too. You know, a lot of, because the full moon could be from the past sometimes. Not always. They might just show up. I mean, maybe they might just show up in your life in some form or fashion. 3rd house, maybe they're just showing up on social media or something like that. You know, on your phone or in a message thread or something. You know. Real quick before we go, I mentioned the year ahead readings. A couple more things that I've got going on. I didn't want to start that. No, don't play it. What happened? I'm not going to edit this out, Taurus. I have a new Christmas song coming up. I hope that doesn't start blasting and playing again. Come on, you. I'm calling you Taurus when it's Capricorn. Okay. Oh, back. Let's go back. There we go. Okay. Whew. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted. That's the page I want to be on. Well, it keeps wanting to come up, so I'll talk about this first real quick. Many of you ask, well, where's the rock and roll part of this rock and roll prophetess thing come from? And I did an interview with the local hometown guys here, Level Up Cleveland. And I'd go, if you're interested in it, I talk all about the bar, my family's bar, and all my whole musical history coming up in the Cleveland music scene, if anybody wants to check that out. This is my big announcement, though, if I could get it to open. What's happening here? What is happening here? Oh darn. We're going to have this problem. Oh. Well, I'm having some technical difficulties here. Capricorn. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I'll just tell you. I have a new album. Or not, it's not an album. It's a single. Here we go. It's a single, and it's coming out. Is it going to make the whole thing disappear again? I don't want that to happen. There we go. It's coming out here real soon, the beginning of November. So it's a Christmas song that I wrote way back in the 80s. And I had a recording done of it. It wasn't, you know, I didn't have a lot of control over that one. And I redid it, the whole song. I changed keys so it's better. Because my voice is way lower. So, yeah, it'll be on all the music platforms. Check it out if you're interested. It's a cool Christmas song, and I hope you like it. And I hope you'll listen to it. Anyhow, back to this. Capricorn, you know, Pluto, we're just down to the last 6 months or so of this Pluto energy. It's going to get aspected by the Jupiter. Cycles are coming to an end. But, you know, Capricorn, the goat walks on. The goat is not deterred by some bumps in the road. Keeps climbing that mountain, right? Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today. Remember, you're Love and Beauty Incarnate. Please do hit the likes and subscribe and all that stuff, because interacting with the channel lets the YouTube algorithm know you do appreciate my readings, so will continue to do them, and lets me know as well. Patreon, you're up next. Have the best month ever. Till next time.